guys, welcome to today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about my top 5 concealers. But other than the top 5, I also have a few new concealers that I've recently tried out, but they're still good. I still want to talk about them really quick. So let's go ahead and start by number 5. I have this Boing concealer from Benefit. And I use this in the shade number 8. So this concealer retails for $22 and you get 0.17 ounces. Now, as usual, I want to start off by packaging. It is a really cute packaging. I do really like it. It does come with a doe foot applicator. And I do really like the doe foot applicator because when you apply it, and I want to apply this here for you, it kind of just like has this flexibility. I don't know if you can really see it. And it's really nice because it gets right in the corner of your eye, which is where I get most of my darkness. And it's also really good because it goes right here and I don't really have to push the product in with a brush or, a beauty blender. And this is what it looks like on my skin. Please ignore the scratch here. I do really like how it blends. It blends beautifully into the skin. It's creamy. It's not super drying. It still provides you good coverage. It is really, really nice. Right here, it doesn't make it dry. Not only it blends beautifully, but it also builds up really nice under your eyes. You do have to set it with the powder. It doesn't crease a whole lot, but if you don't set it with the powder, it does end up creasing a little bit. Another thing I wanted to point out is when I went in to get this concealer, there was not a whole lot of selection. It was maybe like 15 or 14 shades. And it was really hard to pick a shade. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, moving on to number 4, I have this NARS Creamy Concealer. And this retails for $30 and you get 0.22 ounces in there. And I usually use 2 different shades. I use Custard and I use Biscuit. Biscuit is a little bit more peachy undertone, so I use it a lot like a corrector. And I really like it. It's very, very comfortable. It's very thin. It builds up super nicely. And I want to show you Custard as well, and his Custard. And if you look at them, there is a little bit of a difference in color, but the two of them together, they really, really blend together nice. And they really do cover my dark circles. But what I really like about these is they're super lightweight. They're super natural looking. It really blends itself out. It's super creamy. It's really nice. And it stays in place. You don't really have to set this concealer. But like I said, I have to set it with just a tiny bit of powder, not too much. But it stays on all day and it covers my dark circles. Looks like your skin, it doesn't look like you have any makeup on. So if you're trying to do that, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to look like I have makeup on, this is perfect for that. You can use it all over your face. I also have a darker color in here and you've seen me use that as well. I think it's espresso. I don't have it in front of me, but that's also really nice for contouring. So I definitely like this. If you're somebody who doesn't want very heavy coverage, this is a really, really good product to have. And it looks like you have nothing on your skin. It is a really good product. So definitely give this a try if you're looking for that lightweight, no makeup kind of a product. This is perfect for that. Now moving on to the next product, I have this Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is a multi-purpose sculpting concealer, and this retails for $29 and it has 0.50 fluid ounce. Now this is probably the biggest concealer I have, and the reason why they did this is because you don't have to use it only for concealer. You can use it as your foundation and all of that. It does come with a doe foot applicator, and this doe foot applicator is pretty big compared to all the other applicators I have. Now, this is not my color. Usually I use sand, and I don't know what happened to that color. This is my summer color, so I went upstairs and I grabbed this because I wanted to show you the doe foot applicator. And this is in the shade Warm Sand. And like I said, I can't find my regular one, and I think it's sand, but I will leave it in the description box below. This one's just a little bit deeper. It's still pretty. It's so beautiful on the skin. This is one of the most full coverage concealers I have after Shape Tape. I feel this is so nice, but it is not as drying as Shape Tape, and it really looks beautiful on your skin. It is also very long wearing. It is not drying at all, like I said, and it has a little bit of a sheen. You can't really see much here. You can see it. It's right there. So it has a little bit of a sheen, so it's not as super matte as Tarte Shape Tape. But with this product, a little goes a very long way. This is a really, really nice concealer for somebody who has issues like I do with the dark circles. It really covers all the dark circles you have. Anything you want to cover with this is really, really good. It's super creamy, it's easy to blend, it's long wear, and it looks beautiful on your skin. You don't really have to set it if you're using it as your foundation. And a lot of times what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of this and then I would add a little bit of my moisturizer and use it as my BB cream. And it looks beautiful on your skin because it doesn't look like you have makeup on, but you still cover a lot of your imperfection. The only thing you have to keep in mind with this concealer is that it does oxidize a little bit. So if you're going to pick up a color, just make sure you let it sit for a few minutes before you finally decide that, that's the color you want to pick. But it definitely is a really good product. So if you've not tried this yet, definitely give this one a try. Now at number 2, I have this L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And this retails for $5.99 at Target. And sometime at Ulta, it's on sale. I use a few different shades in here. I have this 400, I have 405, and I have 385. That's really, really for my highlight. I use 385 most of the time for my eye priming. I think that's a really good shade if you're of my skin tone. So I just want to show you how good this doe foot applicator is. It's probably the biggest doe foot applicator I have. This is a Too Faced one here, and I thought that was the biggest one, but it's not. It's this one here, and this is shade 400. This is really nice. It is really a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape in so many different ways. It feels the same. It covers the same. It is a little bit drying like Tarte Shape Tape, and that's why, I don't use it so much, because it does really, really dry out your under eyes, but it doesn't really crease as much. It also gives you that filter-like effect. It really, really smooths out your skin. I don't know if you can really tell on the back of my hand, but it really does. There's something in here. It just smooths out your skin a lot more than any of the other formulas do. And when I apply my eyeshadows on top of it, it doesn't really crease. It really gives you that high pigment because it is much lighter than my skin tone. So give this a try and let me know what you think about it. For $5.99, it's worth a shot. Now at number 1, I have Tarte Shape Tape, and this retails for $27, and you get 0.33 ounces in here. There's no surprise. Everybody loves Tarte Shape Tape. I feel like I've talked so much about this concealer, and there's so much information out there for this concealer. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is a full coverage concealer. It looks really nice on the skin. It lasts all day. It does crease a little bit if you don't set it, and it is absolutely my favorite because it covers everything. Now, this is one of the concealers I can use without color correcting because it does cover everything. This concealer is good for those full glam days because if you're wearing this, you can definitely tell that there is makeup on your skin. You're wearing something. So full glam, full coverage. That is when you need Tarte Shape Tape. It definitely works. Now, I want to point out that this is an exclusive item to Ulta. So if you are looking for this concealer, it's either you have to go onto Tarte's website or you have to go onto Ulta.com. Now, that's all the concealer that we've tried over the years. So I have 4 new concealers that I've tried recently, and this is the most recent. So I'll start with this. This is a Asha Sado. This retails for $31 and you get 0.19 fluid ounce. Now, this is very little. Okay, when I first opened this package, I was like, what? I paid $31 for this little thing. So let's start with doe foot applicator. Now, this doe foot applicator is a little different. It's pointed at the top and it's really nice. It's flexible as the Benefit one. This is a shade here. I really like how this concealer feels on my skin. The under eye looks really nice. And the first time I tried it, I actually didn't like it. I was like, it didn't really give me coverage. What am I paying for? But it was actually my eye cream that I was trying that day because I've tried this a few different times after that. And I absolutely love it. It really, really does kind of refresh itself, just like how it's supposed to do. And it doesn't really settle into your fine lines. And it does provide you a good amount of coverage. I really like it. And once it's dry, it's pretty set. You don't really have to set it a lot and it doesn't move a lot all throughout the day. So that's why I really like it. Now, the other one I tried was this Hourglass Veil Concealer, and I use this in the shade Dune. Now, this retails for $34. Now, I'm going to show you the doe foot applicator. And I like how creative these doe foot applicators are. They're really, really good. And they do the job really well. This one's a little pointed, so it's really good for right hair. Now, this is a 24-hour wear. I don't know if I would wear a concealer for 24 hours, but I have to tell you that it does look really good all throughout the day. It does remind me a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape, but this one's so much more creamier. It's not as heavy looking as Tarte Shape Tape. It still provides you the same amount of coverage. Now, the last concealer I tried was this Pretty Fresh concealer from ColourPop. I have this in 100, I have this in 120 and 135. Now, this concealer has hyaluronic acid in it. It is really good coverage. It covers everything. It looks super natural. It is very hydrating at the same time. This is one of my favorites right now, so give this one a try as well. And that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time. Ciao.